It's great to be here. Thanks for the invite by the organizers. I have been here now in Timisoara quite exactly 20 hours. And it feels fascinating to recognize already so many faces. It feels like almost being home. We had the privilege to start the event yesterday evening. We gathered together with university, with other key people for dinner, and I think someone took massage as well. So it was a fantastic start, and there is something really truly unique here in Timisoara. How people are connecting with each other, how the local authorities, politicians, academia, businesses are working together. I have had privilege to be all over the world in my current role and also in the previous ones. I have been spending years in the Bay Area, in Silicon Valley, in China, in India, in Germany, many places. But this is something that you should be really proud of. I think I have not seen so natural get-together of different interest owners, different contributors, as the first impression is here. So this is a great foundation to build further. I'm not a professional presenter, so it's really exciting to be here. Almost scary, but I mean, it was so comforting that I did hear that there is a fan club now and there are 2 members, so I think it's setting the foundation for further success. But hey, let's go to the actual topic, shaping tomorrow's world. Pali was giving very nice discussion or presentation about AI. And I think it's actually very nice bridge to this presentation, these few slides I have. Actually, we were speculating last night that, how many slides we should have, and I think he had as a starting point. How many slides you told that you have yesterday? 60? 50 something. Yeah, and now you had 6 or 7 or something. Okay, but anyways, so it's a perfect bridge what is happening in AI ML and what is happening in the traditional telecommunication. These worlds, as you are seeing later in the presentation, they are getting together. Telecommunication technology, the traditional telecommunication technology, we know it 4G, 5G, 3G, and now we start to have the early steps for 6G. They are getting closer. Telecommunication is going to be the enabler. It's everywhere. Metaverse will not realize without that telecommunication foundation. The reliability of core network and radio networks, providing that ultra-low latency performance for those most demanding workloads, which we have not even seen yet. But let's go to the actual presentation. So, key trends. Understanding the theme, it's crucial to understand and align the themes. And the themes are, I have putting them into 3 different clusters here, so the socio-economic and geopolitical. And then the actual technology in the middle, and then the users' needs. I think it's fair to say that geopolitical importance has not been this significant since the things what happened in 1940s. There was a long time when world was enjoying the pulse of global economy. Now, after the long kind of peaceful section of that development, we unfortunately have these things which are happening not far from here in Europe, and also the continued tension between China and US. It is setting demands, requirements, shadows, if you wish, to how we have been operating. That is resulting to many country-specific, community-specific, reference group-specific regulations and requirements. And for example, our own home base here in Europe is middle of that. I have access to some of the key discussions in the European Union level, in some of the work groups, and it's not easy. It's not easy to define the stance where Europe wants to be in this journey, how we are able to balance between the different aspects. Cybersecurity, linking, at least in my thinking, very directly to the geopolitical things. There are instances, players, interest owners who intentionally want to confuse the societies, remove the feeling of basic safety, what we all, of course, want as a daily foundation. So the world is not easy, and hence it is very important to go through these trends. Technology, how the metaverse is going to realize. It's going to be in the coming slides as well, but I mean, you all remember that mountain of discussion roughly 18 months ago, 20 months ago, when Mark Zuckerberg was announcing what is happening with Facebook, renaming it, telling a lot about the topic. That consumer-focused metaverse, I think it has gone to little pause. And the attention is now how we are able to bring the metaverse to industries and enterprises. So big trend there as well. Cloudification continues across the board. 6G will not happen without cloud. That's my bet. The industry is still split. Some people are believing that there would be 6G, which is not fully cloudified. I believe that it's going to be fully cloudified. Otherwise, the whole telecommunication sector is not able to join the innovation power of the rest of the world, and it's not beneficial for telco. And especially it would be pathetic. I'm using strong words intentionally here to trigger the... This cloudification will continue, and telco world, traditional telecommunication world really needs it to be part of the global innovation. What is happening via AI, ML, what is happening via metaverse. Then we have blockchaining. We did hear about it, very important one as part of the industrialization. How we are able to use it for more effective processes and as a basis for digitalization for the governments, for the enterprises. Users need and needs. When we go towards 6G, this today's human world, that early digital world, and physical world, they will get much closer. They will get much, much closer. And that provides us much more human interaction with the technology. Technology, okay, we have here technology people. I mean, we love technology, that is why we are here. But big part of the population, big part of the different societies, they are quite distant. I mean, when we are talking about our engineering language, they are like, oh my God, what is going on? What is my role here? Now, I mean, when we go towards 6G, when this digital work, physical work, and the human world are getting together, everybody are having much more natural role. You understand better why the technology is present. And the use cases, when we are talking about healthcare and others, they are getting much more understandable for the people. So this is actually the metaverse from hype to reality. There is the illustration, what happened after Mark's announcement. There was this super active mountain, and then it has been stabilizing. But as I write here in the slide, the enterprises, they go full steam ahead. And they are very excited about the early learnings, what the metaverse could and would and should mean for them. And the consumer one will follow. There are very cool cases there as well, but I mean it will come in the second wave. Then how to read this slide? I will open it again completely. So if you start from the human augmentation, you should read it from today to 2030, which is the time span, and same for the digital physical fusion. So putting it short, we have now the early samples. Maybe all of us have been testing the XR classes, one forum of them. Quite impressive. But there is going to be much more. I visited 2 weeks ago the research center of Google in California. I was together with NVIDIA in their innovation center. And I know what we are doing behind the curtains with Nokia and with our ecosystem. It's going to get much more integral part of our daily life. There are technical challenges, which is bridging, of course, also for the edge computing. How we are able to do less of the compute on the actual device and put the network to perform more of that compute. And we are able to enjoy fully wearable XR classes would look like this or your classes, instead of having those quite clumsy glasses and you need a big battery on your shoulder to survive a couple of hours. Same goes for the digital physical fusion. We have seen now the cases of digital twins. We were talking yesterday over the dinner, there are advanced cases for the production industry. But I mean, there the challenge is that you first have had the physical entity and then you are very laboriously creating the digital realization of the same. When we go further, they will be born hand in hand and that kind of calibration is not needed anymore. We will get it all done once. And then the three metaverse types. This is good to also keep in mind. The consumer part and how it goes to enterprises and how it goes to industries. They all have different pace, they have all different motivation to get in the metaverse and using it. We have seen in this industry these hockey sticks, they are called hockey sticks, I mean they go like. But this one, I think it is better proven by early data than many other earlier estimations. The amount of data will explode. Whether it's directly metaverse or the earlier mentioned AI factories. I learned as part of my previous 2 weeks ago visit in Silicon Valley or Bay Area that estimation for ChatGPT compute for next year 24, is $80 billion. And what is the limiting factor? Limiting factor is to have enough chips which are supporting that specific AI processing, going through those algorithms, learning the models. Think, these are astronomical numbers. And if we go 14 months back, even less than that back, and they said, what is this thing? Nobody knew, or very few knew. And now everybody talks. Even the biggest enterprises are like, oh my God, we have to do it. Different executives are testing. Even we did the test. We did put the inputs that, hey, what should be the Nokia strategy? And it is able to give amazingly advanced answer to you. And this will continue, it will go deeper, and it will really require lots of compute. And hence it is putting the network middle of it. Network is going to be the enabler for this era. This is the spec done by Bell Labs, 76, soon 77 years ago. It's the first cellular network design. The whole specification is 4 pages long. It makes me smile because when I see our system specification for 5G, I think it's 10,000 pages minimum, the basic functionality. So we have 20,000 different algorithms and parameters with what we can adjust into today's radio networks. Okay, here a little bit of animation. But the message is that every generation, the different aspects, the digital world, physical world and human world, they have been getting closer. Sometimes I'm getting the comment from the analysts that, hey, Pasi, why so much noise about next G? It is just the next G. I mean, what I should understand. And I think what is there to understand is that it's an evolution. Certain themes continue enriching and bring us that next level of communication means. Next level of meaning for our daily life. What the technology can bring. From voice to fusion of digital, how we are characterizing it. First, we use it for basic communication. Then 4G brought the actual mobile internet. 5G bringing the lower latencies, enabling the IoT, and then the 6G, as I have mentioned already 2 times, bringing those worlds together. Network as a sensor. This I mentioned briefly as well. How the network can do activities, capabilities that are currently done by separate devices. This is very meaningful. I mean, if you have a loved one at home, that I mean, the well-being of the person, or whether it's a pet or someone who you feel special in your life, is able to have that maximum security. The basic vitals can be followed, and the behavioral model as well. We are able to learn from the behavioral model when your closest one is feeling good or not so good, or is there something to be concerned. Truly important, and that is why I'm talking so much about this human aspect. And I think this is my favorite one of these messages. So, from being connected to be together. Having that feeling that we are sharing the space, we are able to share more of the human aspect, the emotions. From all the time increasing amount of information to knowledge. I have a 15-year-old son, and he's often saying that I think things are like that. And as my son, are we in thinking or guessing business or knowing business? And I always rather be in the knowing business. More data, more knowledge we are able to drive from that. And then this efficiency, which often is translated almost like against the human needs. That I mean, we want to get more out of everybody, every single person in the room. And here we go to purpose, outcome of using that knowledge, outcome of using that technology. At least I feel that it's quite fascinating idea. I mean, it's not just, measuring the calories, but really how we are able to make the impact to our society. And then about the ecosystem. This topic, I promise you, will be among the most active discussion topics for starting now, the next 4 years. And I believe that the winners of this industry and a broader innovation are the companies, are the ecosystems who are able to make it welcoming, where the value is modeled transparent way, where the different organizations, different contributors to that ecosystem are able to work without feeling the daily boundaries. Ecosystems is the future. We believe that my current company, Nokia, is able to be very successful ecosystem orchestrator. I'm living that every day, and I'm very proud to be here with this ecosystem, with the universities, and with the local decision makers, and everybody here in the room. Thank you.